a guide for immigrants accused of crimes in Florida. Written by Josef Mitkevicius. Author's note. Hello, I'm Josef Mitkevicius, founder of Mitkevichus Law, criminal defense for immigrants in Florida. Before we dive into this guide, I want to share a bit about who I am and why my team and I created it. I come from an immigrant family myself. My mother was born to subsistence farmers in Benevento, Italy, and she arrived in the United States on the SS Andrea Doria, the same ocean liner that later sank. My father was born in a refugee camp in Ulm, Germany, after World War II, and he made his voyage to America on a ship called the SS Marine Falcon. In other words, the immigrant experience isn't just something I deal with professionally. It's part of my own family story. That heritage is at the heart of my work. When I founded Mitkevicius Law, I knew I wanted a team that truly understands what immigrant families go through. Today, every member of our leadership team is either an immigrant themselves or the child of immigrants. We built this firm with a singular mission: to deliver the highest level of criminal defense for immigrants in Florida. For us, this is more than just legal work, it's personal. We know from experience what families sacrifice to build a life in a new country, and we are committed to protecting that dream when it's threatened. In fact, representing an immigrant accused of a crime is different from other cases. It requires a fearless trial team, culturally competent care, and deep knowledge of immigration consequences. These aren't just buzzwords to us, they're principles we live by in every case. We understand that when a non-citizen faces criminal charges, everything is on the line. The criminal case isn't just about a court date or a sentence. It's about whether a family gets to stay together and continue building a life in America. We never lose sight of that reality. Let me share a true story that shows what's at stake. A few years ago, a mother of three, I'll call her Adriana, came to us in one of the darkest moments of her life. She had been accused of aggravated battery, among other charges, and was facing up to 25 years in prison. To make matters worse, the accusation against her came from a truly cruel source: the man who had raped her daughter. On paper, her case looked dire. The facts didn't seem to favor her, and the prosecutor was absolutely uncompromising. They refused to offer anything less than 15 years in prison as a plea deal. Imagine the fear and pressure on Adriana and her family, knowing that so much hung in the balance. From the moment we took Adriana's case, we knew we had to fight with everything we had. We immediately prepared to go to trial, no hesitation. We wanted her to know we were all in, right beside her for the fight. As the trial date approached, something remarkable happened. The day before the trial, the prosecutor finally buckled and offered a deal. They proposed an adjudication withheld with probation, meaning Adriana would not go to prison and wouldn't have a formal conviction on her record if she successfully completed probation. By any standard, that offer was a huge step down from 25 years behind bars. It looked like a lifeline. But here's where our deep knowledge of immigration consequences came into play. Adriana had a green card application pending, and we knew that even a withheld adjudication could jeopardize her immigration status. In the eyes of immigration authorities, any admission of guilt or probation can be treated like a conviction. So, as tempting as that plea deal was, we advised Adriana not to take it. Telling a mother of three to reject an offer that guaranteed no jail time was not easy. It required immense trust. But Adriana trusted us. She understood that a quick fix in criminal court could turn into a disaster for her family's future in the U.S. if it led to her deportation or denied her a green card. We pressed on to trial and invoked her right to a speedy trial, determined to keep the pressure on the state. And then, just 2 weeks later, the case took a turn that none of us will ever forget. The prosecution dropped the case entirely. All charges were dismissed. Adriana walked out of that courthouse free. No prison, no conviction, and her path to a green card intact. She went home to her children, and they remained a family together right here in America. It was a profound relief and a justice well earned. For Adriana and for us, that outcome was life-changing. It reinforced exactly why we do what we do. Stories like Adriana's are the reason this guide exists. This guide is not just about law, it's about helping families stay together and build their futures in America. It's about making sure that someone like Adriana, or like you or your loved one, has a fighting chance and a fearless advocate when everything's on the line. So as you listen to this audiobook, I invite you to listen closely, take heart, and remember that you are not alone. My team and I, and so many others, are standing with you. We hope this guide gives you not only knowledge, but also comfort and courage. Thank you for listening, and welcome to the guide.